Have you ever paused at the bottom of the stairs, looked up, and quietly sighed, maybe later? Not because you're tired from work, but because your legs, those same legs that once carried you through bustling cities, danced at weddings, and chased after your grandchildren, suddenly feel heavy. Unfamiliar. This isn't just about getting older. It's about something far more subtle. Something hiding in your daily choices, your plate, your pantry, your pills. And if you've ever felt unsteady, sore, or swollen after a meal, this video might change everything. Before we dive into solutions, let me tell you about Tom. Tom is 68. Retired, still sharp, still active, on most days. But for the past few months, he noticed something strange. His morning walks were shorter. His legs stiffened after dinner. He blamed it on age. Until one visit to the doctor changed his perspective. His problem wasn't age. It was his breakfast. His supplements. Things he thought were helping, were quietly working against him. In today's video, you'll discover the 15 hidden foods that quietly weaken your legs, even the ones labeled healthy. The 2 popular vitamins that, in excess, can harm your muscles instead of helping. And most importantly, how to reverse the damage, starting today, with simple, empowering choices. This isn't medical theory. This is everyday truth. Told through real stories, backed by science, and designed for those who still want to walk, dance, and move freely, long into their golden years. So before we go further, tell me in the comments, what's one thing you've noticed changing about your legs after 60? Your story might just help someone else feel less alone. Tom used to treat himself to a muffin every morning. Blueberry, fresh from the bakery, soft and comforting, just like his routine. One little treat a day won't hurt, he used to say, sipping his coffee with a smile. But over time, something changed. He noticed his legs getting heavier, especially in the afternoons. Walking to the mailbox felt like dragging sandbags. He stumbled once while stepping off the curb. It wasn't dramatic, but it was unsettling. His doctor didn't find anything wrong with his joints. No arthritis. No nerve damage. Just one question: how much sugar are you eating? Sugar doesn't just spike your blood glucose, it silently inflames your muscles and joints. When you're over 60, even moderate sugar consumption can amplify a natural process called sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. According to a 2021 study published in the Journal of Cachexia, sarcopenia, and muscle, excess sugar intake is linked to higher markers of chronic inflammation, which accelerate muscle breakdown in older adults. Inflammation makes muscles less efficient at repairing themselves, and it stiffens joints, especially in the legs, where we carry the most weight. Sugar also increases insulin resistance, which reduces the muscle's ability to absorb and use glucose for energy. In simple terms, your muscles are starving, even when your stomach is full. We often think of sugar as candy, soda, or cake. But it sneaks into foods we consider healthy. Flavored yogurts, granola bars, salad dressings, fruit juices, store-bought cereals labeled heart healthy. Tom's one muffin wasn't the only problem. His oatmeal had added brown sugar. His mid-morning snack bar? Laced with high fructose corn syrup. Even his light dressing had 6 grams of sugar per serving. It all added up. Tom didn't cut sugar completely. He swapped his muffin for a boiled egg and half an avocado. He added berries to plain Greek yogurt. He chose lemon and olive oil over packaged dressings. After 3 weeks, he said something he hadn't in years. I feel lighter, not just in my body, but in my legs. I don't dread stairs anymore. His balance improved. His steps felt sure. His smile returned, genuine and full of energy. Sugar is comforting. But over time, it can steal your strength while offering none of its own. As we age, we don't just need food that tastes good. We need food that helps us move, heal, and live fully. Because one of the greatest freedoms we have is simply being able to stand tall and walk forward, without fear. Just like sugar, certain fats sabotage your legs quietly, one bite at a time. In the next section, we'll dive into the crispy, golden foods we love, and how they trade flavor for inflammation and fatigue. Let's walk there together. Marjorie loved Sunday brunch with her daughter. Crispy hash browns, golden chicken tenders, a buttery biscuit on the side, simple pleasures, shared over laughter and stories. But lately, after every brunch, she noticed her legs swelling. Her shoes felt tighter. And walking from the cafe to the car took longer each time. One Sunday, as she slowly lowered herself into the passenger seat, she whispered, "Why do my legs feel like tree trunks after I eat?" Her daughter didn't know. Neither did Marjorie. But the answer had been sitting on their plates all along. When we think of fried food, we often think of taste, not inflammation. But studies have shown that deep-fried foods, especially those cooked in reused or processed oils, introduce high levels of trans fats and advanced glycation end products, AGEs, into the bloodstream. According to a 2020 article in the British Journal of Nutrition, regular intake of fried foods is associated with elevated CRP, C-reactive protein, levels, a marker of systemic inflammation. This inflammation stiffens blood vessels, slows circulation, and increases oxidative stress, especially in the lower extremities. What does that mean? Less oxygen reaches your leg muscles. Nutrients take longer to arrive. Waste products build up. That's why your legs feel heavy, stiff, or even tingly after a greasy meal. The flow is simply stuck. Marjorie's brunch favorites were fried in commercial vegetable oil, used again and again until the fats became oxidized. Oxidized fats are especially dangerous. They damage the inner lining of blood vessels, triggering a cascade of immune responses. What's worse, most fast food or diner-style frying doesn't limit sodium either. High salt, low circulation, and aging muscles? That's a perfect storm for edema, cramping, and fatigue. One small tweak made a world of difference. She bought an air fryer. Swapped her crispy chicken for baked lemon herb thighs. Roasted sweet potatoes with olive oil instead of deep frying them. The brunch tradition stayed. But her swelling went down. And on her next cafe visit, she walked to the car. And even offered to drive. I don't miss the grease, she laughed. I miss feeling like this more. Fried food doesn't just hurt your heart. It wears down your legs, one bite at a time. After 60, your circulatory system needs support, not sabotage. Every healthy vessel keeps your steps stronger, your balance steadier, your independence longer. The next time you hear the sizzle of oil, ask yourself, is it worth the weight you'll feel in your legs tomorrow? Fats aren't the only hidden trap. In the next section, we'll explore how soft and fluffy white carbs quietly steal energy from your legs, while pretending to fuel you. Stay with me. Harold always started his mornings the same way. 2 slices of warm white toast, a bit of butter, maybe some jam. It reminded him of his childhood, the smell, the softness, the simplicity. He thought it was harmless. But as weeks passed, Harold noticed his legs weren't cooperating. Climbing stairs felt like lifting weights. Getting up from the couch required a push from his arms. I'm eating light, he told his neighbor one day. But somehow, I'm feeling heavier. Here's the truth most people don't realize. White bread is energy that burns too fast, and leaves nothing behind. Made from highly refined flour, white bread has a high glycemic index, meaning it spikes your blood sugar quickly, then drops it just as fast. That rapid swing confuses your muscles, drains your energy, and over time, weakens your legs. According to a 2018 study published in the journal Nutrients, diets high in refined carbs are linked to increased insulin resistance and decreased muscle quality in older adults. Even worse, white bread contains very little fiber or protein, 2 nutrients crucial for maintaining leg strength and satiety. Without them, muscles don't get the fuel or the repair they need, especially during aging. It's not just toast. Harold's pantry also had crackers, instant noodles, soft sandwich buns, packaged pastries. Each of them acted like sugar inside his body, causing inflammation, stealing energy, and leaving his muscles undernourished. He thought he was making safe choices. But processed carbs were robbing him slowly. One simple swap started the shift. He tried whole grain bread, dense, chewy, packed with seeds. Added 2 boiled eggs and some sautéed spinach. It felt like a heavier meal. But something strange happened. His legs felt lighter. I haven't used the handrail in 3 days, he laughed to his wife one morning. It wasn't a miracle. It was fuel that lasted. Processed carbs comfort the tongue, but not the body. They offer quick satisfaction and slow decline. As we age, our legs deserve food that supports circulation, feeds muscles, and balances sugar, not foods that spike, crash, and inflame. Every breakfast is a choice. Do we feed the body that remembers, or the body we want to become? Bread isn't the only safe indulgence that backfires. In the next part, we'll take a closer look at alcohol, how even moderate drinking can silently drain the minerals and hydration your legs desperately need. I'll tell you the story of someone who discovered this the hard way, but also found a better way forward. Elaine had a ritual. Every evening, just before sunset, she would pour herself a glass of wine. She called it her pause button, a way to unwind, reflect, and reward herself after a long day. At 71, she was healthy, independent, and full of spirit. But one morning, she woke up with a strange ache in her thighs. She brushed it off. Maybe she had slept funny. Then came the cramps. Then the stiffness. And eventually, the hesitation, standing up, walking long distances, even gardening began to feel like effort. Could it really be the wine? She wondered. Alcohol isn't just hard on the liver, it's surprisingly hard on your muscles, too. As we age, our ability to metabolize alcohol declines sharply. What the body once filtered with ease, now lingers longer, disrupting internal balance. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that regular alcohol consumption in older adults is associated with decreased muscle mass, reduced protein synthesis, and impaired recovery after physical activity. Here's why. Alcohol interferes with the absorption of vital nutrients like magnesium, calcium, and especially vitamin D, all essential for muscle strength and bone support. It also increases dehydration, which can lead to cramps, tightness, and fatigue in the legs. And finally, alcohol slows down muscle repair, making it harder for older adults to recover from normal wear and tear. The result? Even light or moderate drinking can compound age-related muscle decline, making legs feel more tired, stiff, or weak over time. Elaine didn't want to give up her wine. So instead of quitting cold turkey, she adjusted. She began drinking wine only every other day, and only with meals. She doubled her water intake, added magnesium-rich foods to her diet, and made sure to get 20 minutes of sunshine each morning for natural vitamin D. Within a few weeks, her leg cramps eased. Her balance improved. And most importantly, she felt in control again. I still enjoy my glass, she smiled, but now I let it serve me, not slow me down. Alcohol doesn't always feel harmful. Until one day, you realize your legs are whispering what your body's been trying to say. You don't have to stop living. But as the years go on, you do have to listen more carefully. After 60, every drop you drink carries more weight than before. Make sure it's a choice made with joy and wisdom. In the next section, we'll unwrap something found in nearly every fridge in America: bacon, ham, sausages. They're easy, tasty, and quick, but they might be quietly sabotaging your circulation, your joints, and the very muscles keeping you upright. Let me show you how one breakfast switch changed everything for a man named George. George was always proud of how quickly he could whip up breakfast. A couple of sausages in the pan, toast in the toaster, coffee brewing in the background. Simple, fast, and familiar. He'd been eating like that since his 20s. Why stop now? But at 73, something felt off. His knees ached by midday. His ankles looked puffy. And walking through the grocery store suddenly felt like a chore. He assumed it was age, maybe even arthritis, until his doctor asked him one simple question. How often are you eating processed meats? George blinked. Every day, I guess. Why? Processed meats like bacon, ham, sausage, and deli cuts are more than just high in salt. They're packed with sodium nitrates, preservatives, and saturated fats, a cocktail that can slowly wear down muscles, joints, and your body's delicate mineral balance. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, a high intake of processed meats is directly linked to higher levels of inflammation, decreased muscle function, and greater risk of mobility loss in adults over 60. Here's what happens inside. Excess sodium promotes fluid retention, leading to swollen legs and a heavy, uncomfortable feeling. Preservatives like sodium nitrate interfere with vascular health, making it harder for muscles to get oxygen and nutrients. Saturated fats impair blood circulation, reduce muscle repair, and increase the risk of chronic inflammation in joints. And because these meats are low in essential nutrients like potassium and magnesium, they don't offer the recovery your body needs, especially if you're aging. At first, George resisted the idea of change. No sausage? What am I supposed to eat? Lettuce? He joked. But he was tired of feeling tired. So he swapped his sausage for a hard-boiled egg, sautéed kale, and a slice of whole grain toast. He added a banana for potassium, and later even learned to love a tofu scramble on Sundays. 2 weeks in, he called his daughter and said, I just walked around the block twice, and my knees didn't complain once. It wasn't just what he stopped eating. It was what he started giving his body instead. The things we grew up eating aren't always the things that carry us forward. After 60, your muscles don't just need calories. They need circulation, minerals, and support. So next time you reach for the bacon or cold cuts, ask yourself, is this fueling my strength, or feeding my stiffness? You deserve better than salt in disguise. In the next part, we'll look beyond food, and into your medicine cabinet. Because 2 vitamins, often taken with the best intentions, could be silently contributing to muscle cramps, balance issues, and leg fatigue. Let's uncover the surprising truth behind vitamins A and D. And what you need to know to stay strong. Sharon had always taken her health seriously. She never skipped her morning walk. She ate her vegetables, drank water, and every morning after breakfast, she took a handful of vitamins. Multivitamin. Extra vitamin D. Some vitamin A just in case. She believed she was doing everything right. But then the cramps started. Sharp spasms in her calves at night. A strange stiffness in her thighs after climbing stairs. And eventually, a feeling like her legs just didn't want to move. I thought I was helping my body, she told her doctor, but now I feel worse than before. It's one of the most overlooked causes of leg weakness after 60. Vitamin overload. While vitamins A and D are essential in the right amounts, too much, especially from supplements, can quietly sabotage your muscles and joints. According to a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, excessive intake of vitamin A can lead to hypervitaminosis A, a condition that causes muscle pain, joint stiffness, and even bone demineralization, especially in the hips and legs. Likewise, vitamin D, though crucial for bone health, is fat-soluble. This means it builds up in the body, and in high doses, it can cause elevated calcium levels, leading to muscle weakness, cramping, kidney strain, and in some cases, soft tissue calcification, hardening of muscles and tendons. What's worse? Many people are doubling up unknowingly, taking a multivitamin and an additional D supplement, on top of fortified foods. Her doctor ordered a simple blood test. The result? Her vitamin D was well above the safe range, and her vitamin A was inching toward toxic levels. She paused her supplements, focused on getting vitamin D naturally, through short daily walks in the morning sun and vitamin-rich foods like salmon and egg yolks. She kept a food journal and simplified her supplement routine, only what was truly needed, based on lab results. And just a few weeks later, she smiled and said, "I finally feel like myself again. No cramps. No heaviness. I'm walking stronger, like my legs got their spark back." After 60, your body processes vitamins differently than it used to. What once passed through easily can now accumulate quietly, causing more harm than good. So before you reach for another pill just to be safe, pause. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Have I tested for a deficiency? Am I listening to my body, or just old habits? Because when it comes to health, more is not always better. Sometimes, it's simply too much. In the next part, we'll explore a chemical found in many convenience foods and restaurant meals, monosodium glutamate, MSG. Beloved for flavor, but often misunderstood, this additive may be doing more to your legs and nerves than you think. Let's uncover how MSG can affect muscle function, and what you can do about it. For years, Carlos loved his instant noodles. They were quick, cheap, and reminded him of his college days. Even now at 66, he kept a few packs in the pantry for late dinners or lazy afternoons. Just add hot water and boom, dinner, he'd say. But something strange had started happening. After eating them, his legs felt restless. A tingling sensation crept down to his calves. At night, he had trouble sleeping, his muscles twitching under the covers, as if they were trying to tell him something. MSG, or monosodium glutamate, is a flavor enhancer used in soups, frozen meals, seasonings, snacks, even salad dressings and canned vegetables. It works by amplifying savory, umami, flavor, making food taste more satisfying. But here's the hidden twist. In some people, especially older adults, MSG may overstimulate nerve receptors linked to muscle control. A 2020 study published in Frontiers in Neuroscience found that excess MSG consumption can interfere with glutamate signaling in the nervous system, particularly in areas responsible for muscle coordination and reaction. This overexcitation may contribute to muscle twitching, tingling or pins and needles, weakness in the legs, restlessness or sleep disruption. For Carlos, it was clear, these meals weren't just keeping him up. They were keeping his legs from functioning the way they used to. The trouble is, MSG doesn't always go by its full name. On food labels, it might appear as yeast extract, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, natural flavors, autolyzed yeast. Carlos was shocked to discover his healthy chicken soup from the store contained 3 forms of MSG under different names. He had no idea. Rather than giving up flavor, he decided to go natural. He made his own soup base from bone broth, garlic, onion, and turmeric. Added sea salt for balance and mushrooms for that rich umami flavor, without the additives. Instead of instant noodles, he tried soba noodles with spinach and grilled chicken. After 2 weeks, the tingling vanished. His legs stopped twitching. And he slept through the night, for the first time in months. I didn't just change my food, he said, I changed how my body talks to me. And now, I listen. Flavor is a gift. But it should never come at the cost of your balance, your sleep, or your steps. If something feels off after you eat, don't dismiss it. Especially after 60, your nervous system is more sensitive, and every chemical counts. So next time you're drawn to a convenient package or a fast-flavored snack, pause. Read. Rethink. Replace. Your legs, and your peace of mind, will thank you. Now that we've uncovered what harms your legs, it's time to focus on what helps. In the next section, we'll walk through a full list of nourishing, muscle-supporting foods, the kind that energize your steps, calm your nerves, and truly fuel healthy aging. Let's rebuild, bite by bite. Helen never imagined food could change the way she walked. At 70, she had grown used to the shuffle. Slow, cautious steps. Avoiding stairs whenever she could. She thought it was just normal aging. But then she went to visit her grandson in Seattle. He lived in a third-floor apartment, with no elevator. By the time she reached his door, her legs trembled. She smiled on the outside. But inside, she wondered. Is this the beginning of the end? What followed wasn't a miracle. Just a few simple food choices that turned everything around. Aging muscles aren't just shrinking, they're starving. They need specific nutrients too. Repair tiny tears from daily use. Rebuild lost mass. Support nerve signals and blood flow. And the most powerful foods for this recovery? They're not exotic or expensive. They're whole. They're simple. And they're available in every grocery store. A 2019 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed high-quality protein, at least 25 to 30 grams per meal, maintained significantly more leg strength and balance than those who didn't, even without extra exercise. But protein is only one part. Muscles also need omega-3 fatty acids, to reduce inflammation, magnesium and potassium, to prevent cramping and support nerve signals, vitamin D and calcium, for bone and muscle coordination, fiber-rich carbs, to provide steady, usable energy. Here's what she used to eat. White toast with butter, fruit juice, and sausage. And here's what she switched to. Scrambled eggs with spinach and mushrooms. A slice of whole grain toast with avocado. A cup of berries on the side. Water with lemon. Lunch became grilled salmon with sweet potato and sautéed kale. A handful of almonds or walnuts in the afternoon. Dinner? Lean turkey, quinoa, steamed broccoli, olive oil drizzle. Nothing fancy. Just intentional. Within 3 weeks, Helen noticed she was standing up from the couch without using her hands. After a month, she climbed the stairs to her grandson's place, and didn't stop halfway. I don't feel young again, she told her daughter. But I feel capable again. That's even better. Your body is always speaking. With every step you take. Or can't. With every cramp, every bit of swelling, every feeling of heaviness. And every bite you take is a response. Healing begins when we stop asking, what do I feel like eating? And start asking, what does my body need today to feel alive? We've uncovered what hurts. We've embraced what heals. Now, in the final section, let's bring it all together. Because this isn't just about legs. It's about freedom, confidence, and growing older without giving up ground. Let's finish strong, together. As we come to the end of this journey, let's pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Think about how your body feels right now, how it's been carrying you through life, through every adventure, every day. It's easy to forget how much our legs do for us. But when they start to weaken, we notice. And that's why today is so important. Because it's not just about fixing a problem, it's about reclaiming your independence. It's about finding strength in the everyday choices you make, what you eat, how you move, and how you take care of yourself. Helen, at 70, was ready to give up. She thought her legs would always be weak, her energy would always be low. But with a few simple swaps in her diet and a commitment to nourishing her body, she regained her strength, not just in her legs, but in her life. Helen's story isn't unique. It's something we all can do, no matter our age, no matter our starting point. The journey to stronger legs and a stronger life is waiting for you. Remember, you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to be perfect. Start with one small change today. Switch out one snack. Drink one more glass of water. Get outside for a short walk. And gradually, you'll feel the difference. As you build your strength, you'll feel more confident, not just physically, but emotionally. When your legs feel strong, your whole life feels strong. So, I ask you, what's one small change you can make today to give your legs the strength they deserve? It could be as simple as swapping a sugary snack for some almonds and a fruit. It could be choosing a walk over a nap. It could be drinking that extra glass of water. Whatever it is, start now. And if you're ready to take that first step, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment below and tell me, what change are you making today for stronger legs and a healthier life? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe, give us a like, and share it with someone you care about. You never know, your small act of sharing today might inspire someone else to take that first step tomorrow. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into simple exercises that help boost leg strength without any special equipment. Stay tuned, because your strong, healthy life is just beginning.